Alright, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Motives back with another XCN video. Now, you guys may be looking at the chart. If you guys are invested into XCN just like me, you might be panicking quite a lot right now. But fear not. Do not fear. This is perfectly normal. And if we're going literally looking at the cycle from literally like around 2 weeks ago, this same exact scenario is playing out. So if you look at the charts for XCN right now, we're at the price of 0.0249, and so we're in this phase where it's like, well, motives, but we've been going down since the 26th. It's the 29th. That's 5 days plus 9, 14 days. For 2 weeks we've been going downhill. But what if I told you that this was actually perfectly normal and perfectly fine? This is actually showing a very healthy and strong support for XCN, because we didn't just go from the top straight back down to the 1 cent region or even below that. We've been consolidating ups and downs along the way. Obviously we've been consolidating, but it's obviously, you know, from the third, so for the past 6 days it's been slowly downtrending, but we've been above the support level, which I would say is around the 2.2 to 2.3 cent region. That's basically the support level, and I would say as long as we maintain this support level, then we are very much bullish still. We are still in the bull run. A lot of people are saying, man, XCN is dumping, man, FXCN, you know, all these crazy things. But take a look at XDC's run from 2021 in the bull run of that market. You could literally see XDC went from not even a cent all the way to 3.8 cents. So almost the same exact jump as XCN. Yet it then had a period where it went from the 13th all the way down to around the 28th. For literally like 15 days, it was just going down. It was just going down. There was no sign of progress. So imagine that. And that's almost, it's like almost the same exact time frame as XCN. So what I'm seeing right now is that we're in this little hill right here. We're literally in that hill right now. I mean, we've already made it this far, right? Like, once we had this jump, I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting. We've went from here, the 1.1 region, all the way to, it doesn't show right here, to the 4.7 region. So we've already made it this far. This is literally a 100% confirmation. And if you guys know about the Elliott wave theory, now I've recently just learned this. I'm gonna pull it up right here. Yeah, it says motive. But anyways, the Elliott wave theory, this theory has been used in the markets since the 1930s, and it's still valid even today. And so you guys may be saying, well, I'm just seeing a bunch of hills and bumps, but this is actually a theory that's been proven throughout the whole crypto market. And I've literally compared this theory to charts like XDC, for example, and literally it's bar for bar. And so the Elliott wave theory is a theory. It's basically once a market is going up, or it's in an uptrend or a bullish trend, it goes up in waves of 5. And so right now with XCN, if you take a look at this, if I were to draw the line right here, no one really counts this little slight bump here. It would be like this. We go up here and down. So if we were to compare the Elliott wave theory, the 1 would be the top of this hill. So we would be at, hold up, right here. Number 1 would be right here. And number 2 would be exactly in the region that we are in right now, in the 2.5 range that we are in right now. I can see us dropping to 2.3 because I actually drew it out right here. I literally put the support line right here, which was like the previous, or 2.290, 2.275. Basically the 2.2 cent region is like the next support level that we could be potentially, if we were to continue to downtrend, hit before we make our next jump up. But besides that, like, because I've looked at XDC, you see XDC, so this is, think about it, so this is starting from November 16th. So you might be looking at this. I've also identified this. I've written all this down before I even realized or learned about the Elliott wave theory. Like, guys, I'm learning each and every single day. It's low-key getting me excited. Like, I don't know, it's just fun learning this type of stuff, because it's like, yo, you can actually, like, I'm actually seeing and applying what I'm learning. And so if you take a look at this, XDC, for example, you see all these bumps, hills, candles. You're like, what does this even mean? Basically, if we apply the Elliott wave theory, we could go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. So technically, maybe we are in the point where XDC could have maybe potentially already peaked, or depending on where you draw this. So actually, yeah, so that's what people would think, but it depends on where you're placing the waves. Basically, if you were to start, like I said, maybe something like this. If you started from here, the first sort of actual pump, you would then be at number 1 would be here, number 2 would be here, number 3, sorry for all these numbers, number 3 of the Elliott wave theory would be right here. And so we're going into this downtrend, but this is the 50-50 case scenario, because it's like no one actually knows, are we going to go up from here and hit the 5th wave, which is the peak, or are we just going to go back down? Because it all depends on whether we're on the number 3 or number 5 wave. Because if we're on the number 5 and we downtrend and don't really see like a drastic like boost or like pump from the 3, basically it's gonna go back down. So that's where it's all up to you to decide whether or not you think the wave is being applied in that term, as in we're in the 3rd wave or the 5th wave. But regardless, I was just looking at XDC for an example. I love comparing this coin to XCN because XDC, it has that history. You can see throughout the markets, you know, it's had 2021 pump. I wouldn't really count this as 2023. It's just like this is like a little, some whales just bought in. But basically, like even like right now, 2025, like we've already seen this thing go up like crazy. As so, but this is the thing, XCN is just getting started. We're just getting started. Imagine this little leg right here, or even this leg right here. That's where we're at right now. Like the potential is literally 10 cents. Well, XDC or XCN all-time high is 18 cents. I think if we eat, like, I'm 100% certain like we will get to the 10-cent region, and from there we could hit, I think we're going to surpass the all-time high, potentially going up to even 25 cents, 25 to maybe even 37 cents, because we have so much volume. I mean, take a look at this. We have, 500 million to $1 billion of volume in this jump, in this just little jump. And obviously, like the past, let's just say every single day, we've still been in the hundreds of millions of dollars for the volume every single day with this coin. So what does that tell me? Obviously the volume is decreasing, but that's a good thing, because now it's like, okay, there's not that many eyes on this right now, so it's actually going to be easier to pump up. So basically what I'm seeing from this is that we're literally right in the stages where we're in this little downtrend. A lot of the community, a lot of new investors, they're going to be like, okay, this coin isn't really doing that much, I'm going to abandon this coin. But as soon as we start to see this jump, we go to 6 cents, 7 cents, people are going to try to hop in. But by the time it hits maybe 10, my targets right now is that its next leg up would be 10 to 12 cents, and by that time Binance could potentially list this coin, which means people are actually going to try to buy in on XCN when it hits 10 to 12 cents. But by that time, all the people like you and me that are getting into this coin right now, and I'm not a financial advisor, and I say, like, this is just my opinion. You don't have to follow what I say. I could be lying, I could be wrong, but basically what I know is when it hits that 10 to 12 cent region, all the holders that are holding right now are going to start selling. So when the people on Binance start to come into XCN, they're going to be liquidated, basically meaning that their money is basically going to just be taken away from them. Because in crypto, basically, I'm saying, if someone is making money, someone else is losing money. So, but you just got to know the timing and the charts. So that's why I say 10 to 12 cents is my next target for taking profits, because I've already seen so much progress with this coin, and you know what I'm saying, like the potential is just there. And like if we apply the Elliott wave theory, think about it like this. We apply this to XCN. Let's just say we could start from the very bottom all the way up to its first pump. That's only wave 1. And so we're on wave 2, which means we have so much more to go. we're just getting started with this coin. Like, guys, the potential of this coin is so insane, and I don't want you guys to miss out. I don't want you guys to miss out on this opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bull runs happen, I think, every 4 years. So low key, we're in that stage where we're in the start of that bull run. Like, I don't think people are already saying that, oh, it's over for the bull run. Oh, it's you know, nothing's gonna happen. The market's actually gonna crash, and I could be wrong, but all I'm saying is I just see straight up potential for at least XCN and also the other coins. I want to talk about XRP and all that in the future, but basically I applied the Elliott wave theory to XRP, and if we go to XRP right now, it's sitting at, hold up, I gotta fix this chart, bear with me. So obviously from the looks of it, it doesn't look good, right? Like, you could look at this chart. Oh shoot, man, we could look at this chart. Okay, so we've already pumped like all this right here, and right now we're basically in the same stage as we were in December. So you're like, what is happening? Like, I thought we were gonna just climb to $5, but this is actually perfectly normal and perfectly fine, because if we were to apply the Elliott wave theory to this whole pump right here, that's one wave, right? Wave 1. We go down here, that's wave 2. Then we went up to here, which is wave 3. We go down to here. I don't know what this region could be stopping at. I think we've already hit a pretty low low. Well, it doesn't show on here, I don't think. Oh yeah, it's not showing. It's just showing market cap, but we did go to like the $2 region, or even 177, but that was just like for a second. But $2 region. So think about it like this. So imagine, like, okay, here, this is the 4th wave, which means we still have another leg up in XRP. And with this next leg up, I think this is going to be the final leg up for XRP. Again, I could be wrong, but just by applying the Elliott wave theory, we could potentially see in this next leg up, this is my targets and my predictions also for XRP. If we could get to the 277 region, right, the $2.77 region, if we could climb back up to that, like within the next, I'm not going to give a time frame, but if we could climb back up to that, we're basically already halfway, like, to getting up to $5 or even $5.50. Basically, my target is the next target for XRP is going to be $5.50. Do I own XRP currently? No, I have my bag low-key XCN, but once XCN does go up, then I'm going to be transferring some to XRP, because I still see XRP, I still see the potential that XRP has. But it's just a lot of people right now, they're just scared of the market. They see, oh, we're already at the same price as we were 2 months ago. Well, this is a dead coin, but this is actually perfectly normal. And if we apply the Elliott wave theory, it's literally set up to go up. Like, it just makes sense. And especially by the time we hit 277, we can see the ETFs, we can see so much bullish news coming out. So that is my price prediction. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but also if we take a look at here, I'll put XCN's chart right here. Obviously it's gonna glitch out on me. So we see right here, I've identified these hills. You might say, Motives, what are these hills, these bumps? Like, it's just squiggly lines. It has no meaning. It has meaning. You just have to find the meaning. So look, take a look at this. I've labeled these 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. So when we have our first jump, meaning the jump right here, so we'll go all the way down here. This was the first hill, the first jump right here. The second hill, what I've seen in every single like wave or pattern up, the second hill, which was this right here, or you can even circle right here, the second hill is always going to be greater than the first hill. And so obviously, like, okay, you might be saying, well, that's common sense, but if you just apply the pattern and it's like copy and paste, so you could just see that it's just gonna go up. So the first, obviously second wave is always going to be the biggest, or the second hill, but from that point we then see that number 3 and number 4, we see right here with the same exact patterns, almost the same exact thing. We see number 3, obviously right here, number 4 was a little bigger, but generally speaking, we've seen this dip between the 3 to 4 hill region. It's not going to be exact, like one is not like going to be always bigger than the other, or like they could, number 3 could be bigger than 4, as we can see right here, but also the same thing here, right here. I mean, you could technically say maybe this hill right here is number 4 and this is number 3, but basically between number 2 and number 4, there's always a dip. There's always going to be dips, that's perfectly normal in the market. That just shows that there is that phase. There's a cool down. It's not like a pump and dump like a meme coin. And so we see there's the 1s, 2s, 3s, and then 4s. So when you see, so for example, say if you were in the market right here for XCN, you were right here. Say if you bought right here and at 2.9 and it went all the way down to like what, 1.8, you shouldn't have been scared, because the next hill is the number 2. So literally all you have to do is wait. Boom, that's the top right there. Now from the number 2 hill, you're not going to see anything greater. Basically from every number 2 hill, it's always going to go down from there. It's always going to go down from there. There's always going to be dips in between the number 2 hill and to the next target. So it's all about the timing of the market. You just got to know the timing. But generally speaking, I'm applying the Elliott wave theory. So every time we do see these waves, so the next wave, wave 3, is bound to commence. So at wave 3, I'm saying that would be at the top of here. That would be a good time to take profits before it going back down, because eventually what comes up goes back down. So by that point, then you could take the profits at 3, reinvest in at wave 4, and then eventually just waiting till wave 5 hits. But after wave 5, once you identified that wave 5, we could then start to consider, okay, we've taken, we take profits again, and from that point, low key, you could either say we're done with that coin, or it's all up to you at the end of the humble day. But I think wave 5 for this coin could potentially be 25 to 37 cents. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but that could be a potential price target. Realistically, I think the next price target for the wave 5, it would probably be like 14 to 18 cents. Like that's a very, very realistic, like, because I could see this easily going to 10 cents, right? 10 to 12 cents, and then dropping down in wave 4 back to like 7 to 6 cents. So you don't want to hold the entire time, and go all the way up to 12 just to have it be taken away from you and have like 50% of your profits taken away because you were just waiting, because you were getting too greedy. So take those profits. I was stupid not to actually take some profits from number 2, but that's why, hey, low-key, like if I did take the profits, I would not be invested into learning about what I'm learning right now, because I'm like, yo, like I need to learn, like am I actually gonna be going in a straight downtrend and lose all my money, or are we actually going to go up from here? Luckily, I've identified these patterns, the Elliott wave theory, and I can see like we're literally setting up. If you can see right here, I literally circled these 2 little bumps from the dump right here. Exactly, it happened right here, the same exact thing. And also we see these 2 little hills right here happen right here, and we consolidated before making our next leg up. So I think we could probably still definitely drop to the 0.023 cent region before we make our next leg up. Now if worst case scenario we do go down even lower, the lowest I would say we could like basically go down to, I would say would be the 1.8 region. Like that would be the lowest, like the lowest to go down to before bouncing back up. But what I'm saying, like I think 0.023 is a perfect sweet spot. It's right at the support of this previous one, and I think it would definitely bounce off from there because we did consolidate right here before bouncing up. So my prediction for XCN, the targets this month, we could be seeing 10 to 12 cents. 10 to 12 cents. And once it does hit that, definitely take profits from that point. But until then, guys, you guys have to stay patient. Stay patient, stay humble, stay blessed, and let's get rich together.